Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlie Herman. This is going to be a bit different. This is going to be my review of the Norwegian Escape. I just got back from that cruise a week ago. I went with my cruise group, so this time I'm actually going to review the cruise ship itself instead of the cruise line or how to get to the cruise ship and everything. This is just going to be a basic overall cruise review. So here we go. First and foremost, this was my second time on a Norwegian Escape. First time was March 2016, and so this was the second time around, and it was just as good as the first time. Actually, I thought it was a little bit better than the first time, but this time I went with my cruise group. Originally, we were supposed to go from Miami to St. Thomas, Tortola, and Nassau, but because of the hurricanes in the Caribbean, our itinerary got switched to a modified Western Caribbean itinerary. We ended up going to from Miami to Falmouth, Jamaica, Grand Cayman. We were supposed to hit up Great Stirrup Cay in the Bahamas. We never made it there. I'll go into that why later. And Nassau, Bahamas. So we still ended up in Nassau, which is a lot of fun, and I'm glad we made it to Nassau because I had fun this time. Last time I was there, I had an ear infection, so it wasn't that much fun. So this time it was a lot of fun there. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is embarkation day. Now for me, getting to the cruise port by 10 a.m. is usually a normal thing. This year, I kind of had trouble getting out of bed in the morning, but being at the Clevelander the night before will kind of do that to you. I got to the cruise port about 10:30, 10:45 in the morning because I did an Uber, but it was an Uber pool. It wasn't my own, just one person in a car, so he picked me up at about 10:15. Didn't get to the cruise port till about 10:45. So next time, I think I'll either just spend the money on a taxi and go straight there, or I'll just have to leave earlier. I'll have to make sure. Listen, I want to get to cruise port by 10 a.m. I'm gonna have to get myself out of bed and get an Uber as soon as possible. Next, when I got to the cruise port. Norwegian was actually very organized for they usually are very organized, but this time even more so. I'm not sure exactly why, but this time they seemed to be more organized when it came to check-in than usual. I had no problem checking in. It was and also boarding started a little. They usually start boarding about 11:30, 12 o'clock. We were starting boarding this time around 11:30 exactly. So actually, boarding for a ship that size usually doesn't start till 12 o'clock, so the fact we started at 11:30 was very good. It was made things a lot easier to get on board the ship. You could explore the ship. As soon as I got on board the ship, I went to guest services, got my internet package activated. Unfortunately, I did not get the purchase Divide Beach Pass. That was already sold out once I got on board. There's only 75 beach passes available on the Norwegian Escape, and unless you're a Platinum Plus Ambassador, or should I say Ambassador, Platinum Plus, or Platinum member who gets priority boarding, unfortunately, I found out the hard way, you don't have a shot at getting that. But that wasn't really that big of a deal because, like I said, you have other areas on the ship you can hang out on Norwegian. I had Spice H2O. I spent a lot of time in the district's craft beer brewery. That was a lot of fun, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Also, another thing which really impressed me is that they said that the rooms would be done by 1 o'clock. They really were done by 1 o'clock, but me being a gold card member, I went to my room around 12 o'clock in the studios. It was already done. So I just let myself in my room, dumped my stuff, got ready for lunch, and then the pool, and, well, not the pool, Spice H2O. I hung out on the deck, had a couple of drinks, hung out in the sun, made some new friends, and then also just hung out with my cruise group. We also left on time, which sometimes, on a Saturday, you have like 5, 6 ships in port at once, so whoever gets out, it's first come, first serve. Whoever gets off the gangway first is usually first one out. We did leave on time at 4 o'clock. We were one of the first ships out, which was amazing. We didn't have to wait to get out of Miami Harbor. Okay, next thing I'm going to talk about is the sea day experience. We were supposed to only have 2 sea days. We ended up with 3. We never made it to Great Stirrup Cay because there was a medical emergency on board, which was supposed to be our only sea day. So we spent the sea day diverting towards Cozumel, Mexico, because we were in Grand Cayman the day before, to have a medevac. So we ended up, we lost about 10-12 hours due to that, and because of that, we never made it, excuse me, some allergy problems. We never made it to Great Stirrup Cay, which is okay. The day we were supposed to be there, the weather wasn't that great. It was, I mean, it was warm, but it was hazy. The sun was in and out. It was breezy. So for a day on the private beach, it wasn't terrible that we ended up with an extra 3 day. I spent it was also the day of my birthday, so I spent the day on board just going from bar to bar, drinking, hanging out in the district, relaxing, and then we had the glow party that night. The weather could have been a bit better on our sea days. The first sea day was the second day of the cruise after we left Miami. In the morning, it was nice in the morning, but then in the afternoon, it was on and off rain all day. So pretty much I decided, you know what, I'm not wasting the sunblock. I'm not going back and forth between indoors and outdoors. I just stayed in the different bars on the ship. Like I said, the District Craft Brewery I went to some of the other bars on board, and that was kind of it. And the other sea day we had when we were diverting towards Cozumel, that was actually a beautiful day. It was about, I'm going to say about 80, 85 degrees out and sunny. So it was a very nice day. I got some sun. I was able to relax a little bit. Probably drank a little more than I should have because in the sun. But like I said, I was on vacation and it's the day before my birthday, so I kind of started celebrating a bit early. Next thing I want to talk about is the onboard experience. I had a great time on board. I met a couple of people on board who didn't have as good of a time as me. I don't know why, I'm not sure what issues they had, but everyone to each his own. I had a great time. Not everyone had a great time, but like I said, not everyone's going to enjoy themselves. They'll find something that's wrong. So first thing I want to talk about is Tyler, best cruise director I ever had, and it's really hard for me to say that because I've had some great cruise directors. I never thought I'd find anyone to replace Butch on Carnival, Butch Blagojevich. I never thought I'd find anyone to replace him as best cruise director ever, but Tyler Gray just knocked him off the mantle. So Tyler is best cruise director I have ever had. I have sailed with him before in other capacities, when he was just on the cruise staff, not as an assistant cruise director, but when he was just on the cruise director staff. I have sailed with him before, and he remembered me, and he just brought it to a whole new level. I don't know where he got as much energy from as he did, but bravo, Tyler, you did an excellent job, and you are the best cruise director I ever had. And just not him, but the entire cruise director staff was outstanding when you happened to interact with them. I was staying in this studio solo room again, so the Solo Travelers Gathering leader every night, King, he was outstanding, one of the best Solo Travelers leaders I've ever had, and I have no problem saying that. When I want to talk about the food on board. Now, in the main dining rooms, the food is just as good as the specialty restaurants, but if you want a certain type of food, I suggest you try the specialty restaurants. If it doesn't make difference to you, the main dining room, the food is excellent in there. The food selection was good. I won't say it was great. I mean, they don't have as many food selections as other cruise lines do, as Carnival once did. They've changed the menu a little bit, which is good and bad. They used to have a starter I used to like to get every night, which they don't have on the menu anymore, but that's not big of a deal. I don't go for the starters. They have a very good menu, and we went to Moderno Churrascaria for my birthday, and that was just outstanding. It really was. I mean, I got the price of one of the best churrascaria meals you could get for $30 a head. And for someone who's been to the real churrascarias in Brazil, their food quality is just as good, and it's far less money. So if you're ever on a Norwegian ship, you definitely want to consider Moderno Churrascaria. There were several different options for nightlife on this ship, and on this type of ship, you have to pick and choose what you would like to do for your nightlife experience, whether it's going to having a pub crawl, going to all the different bars on, or if you like Howl at the Moon, which I like to do. I did karaoke once. Actually, I did it twice. Never mind, I did karaoke twice this time. I did karaoke. I didn't make it to any of the stand-up comedy this time because I've seen the comedians on board before, the ones they had. I wanted to go to the Globe party. I wanted to go to the 80s party. The Norwegian Night Out party was great. I got there a little late because I forgot what I was doing that night. I don't remember what I was doing up to that point, but I made it to the Norwegian Night Out party a little bit late. But once I got there, it wasn't going as long as the Globe party went, but then again, the Globe party didn't start until 11 o'clock at night. The Norwegian Night Out party started a little bit earlier, so oh, I remember. I was doing karaoke that night. That's why I was at the Norwegian Night Out party late. I was doing karaoke that night. So a Norwegian Night Out party was just as much fun as always was. This Sunday night football game was on, so we watched a little bit of that while at the party, and then that was basically it for the Norwegian Night Out party. It was the second day. Weather wasn't that great, but it was still an overall party. But once again, the Glow party, it outdid itself. The Glow party outdid itself. I left a bit early. Started 11 o'clock. I probably made it to about 12:15, 12:30. I can't make it to 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning anymore like the party usually goes to. Unfortunately, I wish I could, but I can't. What can I do? But the Glow party, once again, outstanding. And if you definitely want to check out the Glow party if you're ever on the Norwegian Escape, because it's in the back. It's in Spice H2O. It's outdoors. It's warm. And you have all the glow sticks, you have this, you have that, something I definitely recommend. So in closing, I want to just say that this was an outstanding cruise. This is the first time actually when I got off the ship. I was off the ship like that from the time I tried my luggage tags were called. I was off the ship within, I'll say, not even 10 minutes. More like 5 to 10 minutes. I was off the ship. I had my bag in 15, and I was on my way to the airport in Miami in about 20 minutes by the time I was leaving. More like 25 minutes by the time I was leaving the ship. So, like I said, it was a great cruise. I would sail on this ship again, no questions asked. I give it 2 thumbs up, and if you ever have the chance to sail on Norwegian Escape, I 100% recommend it. Thank you for watching this review, and I'll be back soon. Thank you.